Well, good morning, Las Vegas. 10 minutes after the hour of 6 o'clock on this Friday morning, the 12th day of June. Good morning to Facebook and YouTube people. Did you hear that harp? You thought heaven had come down, didn't you, when the harp was... I'm kind of in that kind of a mood this morning. Anyway, good morning, Las Vegas. We are in the second chapter of the book of Numbers this morning. 60 degrees is the current temperature. Already warming up out there. Full weather reports for you at the bottom of the hour. Waiting for some rain. We could use some good soaking rains here in Las Vegas. And I was hoping by now that we would see it. But more important things, it is Friday, meaning that our program will only go till 7 o'clock instead of 10 minutes after the hour of 7. Programming schedule that we've always had for years. Fridays at 7 o'clock. So... had a good lunch with Pastor Ray Ruby yesterday. Man, I don't know. We just had a good time together yesterday. Thank you, Pastor Ray, for spending some time with me. Ernie Padilla is with us, and so is Jennifer, both of them on YouTube. And good morning to you guys. Let's get into it. So these are final details. I was able to spend some time in the book of Numbers yesterday. I probably went, at least 15 chapters, just a real quick reading of 15, 20 chapters or so of the book of Numbers. And we got a long ways to go, ladies and gentlemen, but we have not started yet. Now, the book of Numbers, 2/3 at least of the book, the second 2/3 of the book is going to be about the wilderness wanderings, the moving out toward Canaan land of these people. We have already found out in the first chapter that there are 603,550, to be exact, men 20 years old and above that are capable of going to war. Can I say that number again? Let's just say 603,550. Dude, that's a big fighting force. That's a lot of, and we talked yesterday about, getting that old mentality out, that slave mentality. You're not a slave anymore. You've been baptized into Moses, into the covenant that God is making with him. You've gone to the mountain on a Pentecost. The word has come down, and now you're getting ready. So we have details over the next few chapters of their final preparation before they break camp. And that's what the first 10 verses, 10 chapters, 9.5 chapters or so, are about them getting ready to break camp. So it's time to get ready. It's time to start looking. Start looking out. Take your map out. Get your GPS out. Say, okay, we're gonna go. We're gonna move. Pack it up. Let's not wait till the last minute. Let's get it done now. And the Lord Yahweh, verse 1, chapter 2. Let me bring it up on the screen for our watchers this morning. Not those kind of watchers, but the watchers that are there on YouTube or Facebook with us this morning. Beyond the commenters. I was telling Pastor Ray Ruby yesterday, the beautiful thing about radio is you have no idea how many people are out there. And you know what? When we get onto Facebook and YouTube, it's about the same. The only people I know are the people that are commenting, and kind of a good thing. You just don't know. And I guess you could find out. But I guess it doesn't matter that much, does it? Unless you want to make it matter and you want to pump up your head. The Lord Yahweh spoke to Moses and Aaron. God is speaking and has been speaking consistently to these people. I'm jealous in a way. I guess jealousy of the flesh, okay? I probably shouldn't say jealous, but my God, God is speaking, just loading buckets of information and revelation unto his people, because there's a difference from information to revelation. Information can be revelation, but it not always is. and to have information just for information's sake, it's kind of a loop that you get caught into, like that dog that's chasing its tail. But when you get revelation from above, when God opens up and you can understand what he wants you to understand, there's something that you can do with it. It's like the bread that falls from heaven. Good morning, Mr. Gentry. The Lord spoke to Moses and Aaron, saying, every one of the children of Israel shall camp by his own standard, besides the emblems of his father's house, and they shall camp some distance from the tabernacle of meeting. Now, here's what this chapter is going to be about, and right on the header over the chapter on the New King James Version that we're using here on eSword has a little synopsis there for you. Arrangements of the camp. So apparently, up to now, there haven't been, remember, we've been 13 months away from Egypt. A lot has happened since they left Egypt till they got to Mount Sinai. Good morning, Yolanda. A lot has happened. And now we're getting ready. We're making a list and checking it twice. Did you get this? Did you get that? How about that? What are we going to? Okay, God's kind of doing the same thing with these people. And now it's time. We've counted in the beginning of the book, and that's why it's called Numbers, because the number is 600,000 fighting men, 20 years old and above, okay, just come out of slavery. And God, and the beautiful thing of my wife was asking me yesterday, why are you laughing? You're reading the Bible, and why you're laughing? I think we'll be there in a minute or so. But every one of the children of Israel shall camp by his own standard. So now, okay, we've been mixing together, and we got a little bit of Judah, a little bit of Dan, a little bit of Ephraim and Manasseh, and everybody just, but wait. Now it's time for everybody to get, and we're going to get into battle array. We're going to get into, this is like boot camp. Could we throw this out over there this morning? Jeffrey, if you're out there, George, Jody, Ernie, Mr. Gentry, some of the other 20-year-old and above males that are Dana Burns. Could we kind of say that this is like boot camp? We've been in boot camp there at the base of Mount Sinai for a certain amount of time. Okay, it's not that far from, I believe, that our concept that I'm throwing out this morning of could this be boot camp or not. Now it's time for the people to get into their areas that God has designed for them. Everyone, verse 2 again, chapter 2, book of Numbers. Every one of the children of Israel shall camp by his own standard. Each one of the tribes had a standard. Do you know that the Bible says when the Lord raises up a standard? Are you familiar with that? And I mean, in 2026, that doesn't mean a lot. But 100 years ago, 500 years ago, 3,500 years ago, that meant a lot. Because the standard was a flag. It was the flag that you identified with. And when that standard was raised up, do you know that the Lord will raise up a standard? And you say, what does that mean? A standard means rules and regulation, do's and don'ts. No, it's a flag. It's a flag that says, listen, this is where I am at, and the children of Israel shall camp by his own standard. Every one of the tribes had a standard, and it was a flag. It was on a pole. It was lifted up high enough to where everybody could see it, and you knew which tribe you were with, and it was time for you to go to your tribal family, your inheritance, and began to match up. Good morning, Andrea. So when we're talking about this morning, you got to see that we have 600,000 fighting men over 20 years old. We have wives, we have women, we have grandmas, we have children, we have all, beyond just the 600,000. And the number we've been using has been 2 million, and it's just a number, okay? It's just a number. Don't get caught up on it because I have no idea. I'm just trying to make a concept in my own mind of we're talking about multitudes. Is there a bigger name than multitudes, than crowd? We got million, baby, at 2 million, maybe more. A lot of people. And every leader was going to hold up the standard, their standard, and you were going to go because we're getting ready. We're doing something important. It's time to crack the whip because we're going someplace. We are going someplace. We're just not staying here forever. And let me tell you, the Christian life is all about going someplace. Spiritually in your life. It's all about growth. It's all about like a seed that would fall into the ground and turn into a tree, and that tree would eventually begin to bear fruit. Every one of his children of Israel shall camp by his own standard beside the emblems of his father's house, and they shall camp some distance from the tabernacle of meeting. So we're going to have the tabernacle, and then around the tabernacle, we're going to find out that the Levites are camped out around the tabernacle, and then on the east side, according to verse 3, toward the rising of the sun, okay, everybody look toward the east. Okay, the sun has probably come up by now. Yeah, it's already come up. I can see the crack at the bottom of the door, and it's not, yeah. So look out toward the east. And he says, toward the rising of the sun, those of the standard of the forces with Judah shall camp according to their armies. So the door to the tabernacle was always facing toward the east. And Judah is the first tribe that is called, and their call is to go, and I can see the leadership of Judah. We're going to find out who his name is real quick, and I can see one of those guys, or maybe the guy that he has appointed, to raise up the flag, and all the Judites, is that the right word, are going to gather around, and they're going to gather on the east side. And let me tell you, and we speak about this a lot. Our God is a God of order. And yes, it's okay for the Benjamites to be talking about with the Danites. And it's even okay for those of the tribe of Manasseh to intermarry with the Judites. Yeah, that's all okay. But your husband has brought you into his tribe. And it's time for you to, well, my mom and my dad are over there in that other, yeah, but now you've come into our tribe now is what you have. On the east side, toward the rising of the sun, those of the standard of the forces with Judah shall camp according to their armies. Now, this is where I begin to laugh. Because I really don't see them yet as a real army. But I see the beginnings of an army. It's just, that's why I call it boot camp, because I've never been in the service, so I can't even tell you about it. I missed the draft in '68, and, and I thank God that I did miss the draft, okay? I received the letter, and I was supposed to go to Albuquerque for my physical, and I believe this was 68. No, it's probably 69 or something like that. Vietnam War was going on. I received my letter to go to the physical, and about a week or 10 days before I was going, they sent me another letter, and they say, well, don't show up. We'll let you know when to show up. And I go to the mailbox every day and still haven't received the draft notice. So I think okay. But We're talking today about army, the semblance of an army, the moving out of the old into the new, and realizing that God had. Pastor Mike Naranjo sings a song that I will never forget. And I believe it's a song that we heard Carmen sing in when he was alive in concert. God's got an army. Man, I can't even remember the words right now. But when Pastor Mike used to sing that when we were with the men's home and all the guys around, and he would start saying, God's got, I mean, right away you puffed your chest out. You said, yeah, and that's what's going on here. They shall camp. The forces of Judah shall camp according to their armies, and Nahshon, the son of Amminadab, shall be the leader of the children of Judah. He says, listen, your captain's name is Nahshon. His dad's name is Abinadab, and he is the leader of this section of the army, and you guys get all toward the east in front of the tabernacle. His army was numbered, and we've seen this number already. His army was numbered at 74,600. Good sized army. You better believe it. And those who camped next to him, verse 5, shall be the tribe of Issachar, and Nethanel, the son of Zuar, shall be the leader of the children of Issachar, and his army was numbered at 54,400. Time for us to get into a song. We'll talk more about that here after the weather, but we got Pat Barrett taking us there with I've Got a Fire.
I've got a fire that'll never burn out. I've got a song that you can't turn down. I've got joy deep down in my soul. I've got joy and it overflows. Break off the chains that the horses run. Unleash the praise at the top of your lungs. Right now we're living in the glory days. Right now heaven is in this place. I can sing forever how you freed my soul, freed my soul, freed my
trouble this morning. Oh my God, if I would have been on top of it and watching what I was doing instead of looking at Google News, I would have known that we don't play songs like that on YouTube and Facebook. But once I pressed the button, I said, ooh, I can hear the YouTube and Facebook people saying, bad boy. I think my hand's going to get slapped today. My hand got slapped yesterday on YouTube for playing Elvis Presley, dude. And I mean, that song has, anyway, I guess it's not somebody's song. Let's get into weather report real quick. 30 minutes after the hour, 6 o'clock, 60 degrees, partly sunny today, high near 86 degrees. Southeast wind 5 to 10, becoming south 10 to 15 miles per hour. 20% chance of precipitation tomorrow. Also a 20% chance of precip with mostly sunny skies, high near 91 degrees. Southwest wind anywhere from 5 to 15 miles per hour. And on Sunday, the chance goes up to 40%. With mostly cloudy skies, high near 70 degrees, and northeast wind 5 to 15 miles per hour. Looking for some precip to hit our area. Good morning, Mr. Doty. So, email contact, klyn903@gmail.com. Phone number, 505-454-9527. Time to get into the remaining verses of the second chapter of Numbers. Let's see how far we get. So we have on the east side, okay, of the tabernacle. Remember that the Levites are going to be around. And you say, well, what's this all about? They're getting ready to move. When they move, Judah is going to be going first. Judah is the priestly kingdom, okay, and their standard could have been a lion on the flag. Could have been. And Nashon was their leader in those days. And his army, his army to be. By faith, we call them army. Yes, sirree. And we'll find out how strong these armies are going to be in subsequent chapters. 74,600 men in Judah. Next was Issachar. Nethanel was the leader. His army was numbered at 54,400. Then comes the tribe of Zebulun, and Eliab, the son of Helon, shall be the leader of the children of Zebulun. His army was numbered at 57,400. So we're going to, everybody, get into your places now. The standard. Get the standard and raise it high. And when you raise it high, everybody from Judah, everybody from Issachar, everybody from Zebulun, it's Judah first. And then right after Judah is Issachar, and right after Issachar is Zebulun. Behind them is going to be some of the Levites, and behind the Levites is going to be the tabernacle. We're not leaving yet, okay? We're practicing is what we're doing. This is not war yet. Yet, notice that I say yet. This is boot camp. Then comes the tribe of Zebulun. His army was numbered at 57,400. All who were numbered according to their armies of the forces with Judah, 186,400. These shall break camp first. So, the combined total of the three tribes that are going to be on the east side of the tabernacle is that last number of 186,400. These shall break camp first. That was the call that God. Now, God has a call for the people, a nation, the sons of Abraham. God has a call, but He has specific places for them along the way. Kind of like Ephesians says, some apostles, some prophets, some evangelists, some pastors, some teachers, and all of them had a purpose. And when everything was working right together, voila, When unity comes, and this is what God is doing. God is a God of creation. God is a God of order. At the beginning, he comes down, he sees the confusion, and he says, let there be, and there was. The first chapter of the book of Genesis, the same thing is going on over here. He says, okay, let's put everybody in their places. Okay, what's their place? We got Judah first, and then we got Issachar, and then we got Zebulun, always pointing toward the east. And their total is going to be 186,400 altogether. On the south side, so we're going clockwise. So we're looking at the east. And then if you go to the right, you're going to get to the south. And the south side, no, this isn't some gang, okay, that terrorizes the people in the projects, okay? On the south side, there shall be the standard of the forces with Reuben according to their army. So Judah was appointed as, well, this guy was appointed, and I don't remember what his name is now. We go there real quick. We'll find out what his name is. Tribe Issachar, Nahshon. Okay, so Nahshon was the head of Judah, but he was kind of taking a bigger role with the other two that are going to be with him. Now it is going to be Reuben who is going to take precedence on the south side. On the south side shall be the standard of the forces with Reuben according to their armies, and the leader of the children of Reuben shall be Elizur, the son of Shadur. Okay, so it's Reuben. Reuben's taking the precedence on the south side. And you guys are fantastic. You got this figured out. We're going to go to the west, and we're going to go to the north. And the tabernacle is going to be surrounded by the armies of Israel as they're traveling, and especially when they camp out. And everybody's going to take their place, and they're going to camp out around the house of God. Reuben's army was numbered at 46,500. Those who camp next to him shall be the tribe of Simeon, and the leader of the children of Simeon shall be Shelumiel, the son of Zerushadai, and his army was numbered at 59,300. See, his army in Simeon is actually larger than Reuben's army. But that's not what it's about. It's about the call of God. Then comes the tribe of Gad. We're looking at the south side. Then comes the tribe of Gad, and the leader of the children of Gad shall be Eliasaph, the son of Reuel, and his army was numbered at 45,650. Reuel. Well, I think Reuel. Don't we find Reuel later on someplace or another? Let's see what that tells us about the son of Esau and Basemath. No, I don't think that's the one that we're looking at. The priest of Midian, Moses' father-in-law. I don't think that's him either, but all of a sudden the name. So the standard, raise up your standard, because God says this is your place, this is where you're going to be. The army, okay, was numbered at 45,650. All who were numbered according to their armies of the forces with Reuben, 151,450. They shall be the second to break the camp. So Judah and the two that are with him would go out first, and then this is Reuben, and the two that are with him are going to break at the Simeon and the tribe of Gad, and they're going to come behind him, and they're going to be on the south side. Now, when they're moving, I can't see them with 600,000 fighting men and women and children and old people all combined together, all of them spread out. But I say when they camp, this is the way they're going to camp around the tabernacle. And then when they break camp, they're going to go marching off to war, ladies and gentlemen. This is an army. Watch what verse 15 says again, and this isn't the first time we come across. And his army. And my input on that word army is by faith. we have an army. Yeah, well, we got a bunch of men. We got a bunch of 20-year-olds and plus. Yeah. No. We got an army. Good. Send them to boot camp and tell them to line up. Because everybody has, and their standard is raised, and go to your standard and get ready. Now, no, you don't go here, you go there, move him over a little bit. Everybody at attention. Because our real captain is Christ Jesus, not Moses. All who are numbered according to the armies of the forces with Reuben, verse 16, 151,450. They shall be the second to break camp. And the tabernacle of meeting shall move out with the camp of the Levites in the middle of the camps. So we have 6 tribes, starting off with Judah and his other 2, and then Reuben and his other 2, and then after that was going to be the tabernacle of meeting with the Levites. In the middle of the camp, as they camp, they shall move out, everyone to his place by their standards. Now you can look at different conjectures when it comes down to this, how they're going to camp, how they're going to move. Is this the way it's going to look or not look? It's kind of interesting stuff. You know, some people say, well, if you look at this and you put it all together, it looks like the cross, man, because you got from the north, now you got to the south, you're going to have to the west, and you're going to have it to the north. Anyway, the tabernacle of meeting shall move out with the camp of the Levites in the middle of the camps. And remember, the Levites were not numbered with the army. Now we go to the west side. All you west siders, on the west side shall be the standard of the forces with Ephraim. You say, man, you mean kind of like the west siders, man? Yeah, because that's kind of the way I see these guys right now. But they're in boot camp. Can you imagine some of the people showing up to boot? In the old days, if you got in trouble, I don't know if they even do this anymore or not, but some of you people might remember that are with me this morning, okay? In the old days, if you got in trouble, you might tell the judge, can I go to the army? And you show up, and the first thing they do is cut your hair off, baby, and take your Beatle boots away. Oh, son, it's a new day for you. Hallelujah. And the West Siders, okay. Sorry. I apologize. Wink, wink. On the west side shall be the standard of the forces with Ephraim according to their armies, and the leader of the children of Ephraim shall be Elishama, the son of Ammihud. So Ephraim was going to go first, the way that Judah in this side, okay? Because we've been to the east, we've been to the south, now we're on the west, and Ephraim is going to be the main tribe on that side, on the west side. Standards lifted high, but not just his standard alone. But the Ephraimites get into line. That's what Elishama is telling them, because Moses told him and God told Moses, and the word is getting forth, and we're putting everything in order. Remember, this is God's order. God is a God of order. He is not the God of confusion. You know who is the God of confusion? Because you served him at one time. His army was numbered at 40,500. We're talking about Ephraim. Next to him, verse 20, comes the tribe of Manasseh. And the leader of the children of Manasseh shall be Gamaliel, the son of Pedazur. So this is not the same Gamaliel that you're going to find out in the book of Acts, but you know where his name comes from now, okay? Gamaliel was almost like Nicodemus, man. He was one of those guys. Next to him comes the tribe of Manasseh. Wasn't was Ephraim one of the half tribes? I know that Manasseh is. Anyway, Ephraim's size was 40,500. Manasseh's size was 32,200. Then comes the tribe of Benjamin, and the leader of the children of Benjamin shall be Abidan, the son of Gideoni. Yeah, just about the time I thought I got it, and I forgot it. His army was numbered at 35,400. Now we've set this up enough to where we know how this whole thing. We're going to surround the tabernacle. We're going to be the army that's going to be protecting the glory of God. We're going to be out of God's glory is going to be there, and the enemy is going to try to come against the glory of God. The enemy does not like the glory of God to be evident and the presence of God to be heavy in the midst of his people, and he'll try to do anything that he can take it away. But we're in the early stages of having an army. His army was numbered. Benjamin's army was numbered at 35,400. All who were numbered according to the armies of the forces with Ephraim 108,100. They shall be the third to break camp. So this seems like a little bit smaller than the east and the south. On the, what would this be, the west side was 108,100, which is still a significant amount of people. Think about 100,000 people. I don't think there's very many stadiums in the United States of America that fit 100,000 people. That you would be able to put all of these tribes, these three tribes that are on the west side, that you'd be able to put them all together on one side, 108,100. But I do think of Promise Keepers, and not only just the stadium seats, but also the ground floor with chairs all the way through, and people there. It was a sight to see, but it was more of a sight to be part of. I think George was with us at least one of those times that we were with Promise Keepers. All who are numbered according to the army of the forces with Ephraim, not just Ephraim alone, but the other two, they shall be the third to break camp. The standard of the forces with Dan shall be on the north side according to their armies. This is the fourth side, this is the north side, and Dan is going to be kind of like the captain of captains there, okay? He shall be on the north side according to their armies, and the leader of the children shall be Ahiezer, the son of Amminashadai, and his army was numbered as 62,700. So Dan is next. Raise up your standard. Everybody go to that. That's my standard. Sorry, see you later. We'll finish this conversation later. They're raising up my standard. His army was numbered as 62,700. Those who camp next to him shall be the tribe of Asher. The leader of the children of Asher shall be Pagiel, the son of Ochran. His army was numbered at 41,500. These are the same numbers we saw in the previous chapter. Okay, fighting men 20 years old and above, who were ready to go to war, who were capable of going to war 20 years plus. His army was numbered. The numbers have not changed. Okay, I checked them out just to make sure. Well, is it going to be changed? You never know. There might be something there. Then comes the tribe of Naphtali, and the leader of the children of Naphtali shall be Ahira, the son of Enan. His army was numbered at 53,400. All who were numbered with the forces with Dan, 157,600. They shall break camp last with their standards. They said, ooh, forget it. Dan is going to be last. Wait. Let me tell you something. So we have Judah and two different tribes breaking camp, going out in front. Behind them we have Reuben and the other 2. After that, we have, starts with an E, Ephraim, okay, on the west side. And then the last one to come is going to be Dan and the 2 other that are with him. Okay, Asher is one of them. Naphtali is the other one. You say, oh, you guys get the end. No, the enemy always tries to come. The enemy is real good at trying to nip at your heels. You got to have a good army in back. You got to have a good army in front. You got to have a good army on the north. You got to have a good army on the south. You got to have, and we're protecting the glory of God. Glory, God is going with us, and we are understanding the revelation. We are recognizing that God is in our midst, and we have a purpose to go there. And Dan, you say, well, Dan got the leftovers. No, Dan didn't give it the leftovers. No, sir. Because we know how the enemy works. We know how the thief comes. How does the thief come? Well, the Bible says he comes to kill, steal, and destroy, but we also know when the thief comes. When he thinks nobody's looking. When he thinks he can kind of sneak in. When he thinks that you might be away, or you might be asleep, or you might be distracted a little bit. Well, Dan and his 2 buddies were there, and they were all who numbered were 157,600 strong, and they were there to watch the flank. Watch, everybody. Keep your eyes open, because, man, those guys in the middle, those Levites in the middle, they need our protection, and that's what we're here for, because they're to protect God. These are the ones who were numbered of the children of Israel by their fathers' houses. All who were numbered according to their armies of the forces were 603,550. Same number that we started off looking at yesterday in the first chapter. Same number that I wrote down, 603,550. And raise the standard, bring them there. But, here's we go to verse 33. But the Levites were not numbered among the children of Israel, just as the Lord commanded Moses. They were not numbered among. It's not that they weren't numbered at all, but they weren't numbered among the children of Israel. So, are they the 13th tribe, and that's why we don't number them? Or do we have 2 half tribes, and this is really the 12th tribe? You know, but you like it with red or green. You depend on how you do it, okay? But it is what it is. But they were not numbered among the children of Israel, just as Yahweh commanded Moses. Why? Because their purpose was different. They were the inner circle. Thus, the children of Israel did according to all that the Lord commanded Moses, so they camped by their standards, so they broke camp, each one by his family, according to their fathers' houses. So, I thought you said we were going to go. We're not leaving yet. We got some other stuff to talk. But when they break camp, it has been 13 months since they've been out of Egypt. Took them a few weeks to get to where they're at, and then on the 50th day after they left, Pentecost came, the Festival of Weeks, and the Word of God came down to the people. And now we're getting ready to move. Now we're getting ready. Order will begin to determine purpose. But we are not designed to stay in the wilderness. The wilderness has its place. We finished off yesterday's program with this, and we're going to remind you again as we get closer to today's end, is that Order has its purpose. There is a purpose for the wilderness. There is, but not to be wandering around another lap around the mountain over and over again. We will be there one of these days, and most of you know the bigger story of where we're going with this. But when I look at it through my own life, there is a purpose for the baptism of fire. There is a purpose for fire to come to burn away the wood, the hay, and the stubble. But it's a purifying fire. It's not a destroying fire. It's picking up your cross, dying to the old, coming into the new, and we're making an army now. Are you protecting that what God has given you control over? God will raise up a standard. Have you come to the standard that has been raised? Are you protecting that which God has entrusted into your hands? It starts off with your own life first. You can get so busy with other people's stuff and forget, and then find out later, that was, yeah. Or else you can and should make sure that you're ready, and you know that you are the army of the Lord. Like I tell you, God will put things underneath your authority. And others will come along with you the same way that with Dan and with Reuben and with Judah, with Manasseh, all these people, they were coming together and they all had a purpose. You got your place over there. We got our place over here. But we are one. We are one. We are Israel. We are the sons of Abraham, broken down by God. In order, the way that God does things, he puts things in order. And then he begins to reveal purpose for them. And he says, boys, you want my presence amongst you? Protect it. Watch over it. And let's do what God has called us to do. Anyway, that is the second chapter. So probably about Monday morning at 6:10, we'll go to the third chapter of the book of Numbers. We're just getting ready to move. We're just, some final details at boot camp to move it out and to go into that wilderness. Ooh.
Before the throne of God above, I have a strong and perfect plea, a great high priest whose name is love, whoever lives and pleads for me. My name is graven on his hands, my name is written on his heart. I know that while in heaven he stands, no tongue can bid me thence depart. No tongue can bid me thence depart. When Satan tempts me to despair and tells me of the guilt within, upward I look and see him there, who made an end to all my sin. Because the sinless Savior died, my sinful soul is counted free. For God the just is satisfied to look on him and pardon